What is going on, niche gaming enthusiasts? Michael Jordan here. Wait, you aren't on the wrong video. This is the Sega 3D Classics video review supplemental. But I have to make a little bit of a caveat before we start this video. Now note that the games were all made from the ground up to basically make them for 3D. It's quite the task, and it's actually one that Sega did very well. The problem is, you can't see any of that unless you're actually playing it on the 3DS. Which makes me really sad, and it's very disheartening to actually try to make a video review using footage that is just basically like an old Sega game, and you can just go watch the Angry Video Game Nerd or something if you want to see something like that. Instead, what I thought I would do is, while I give the normal video review supplemental talking points, I would show you something a little bit different, a little bit interesting from my childhood that I remember growing up, and those were the awesome Sega commercials. I use that term loosely. And they came from the era where you got this. You got Shaq Fu. You got all these crazy things. And I feel that everybody would actually stand to benefit to actually watch these commercials while I do the review. So without further ado, I'm Michael Jordan, and this is the video review supplemental for Sega 3D Classics Collection. As stated in the name, 3D is a huge focus on this collection of remakes, and Sega really took the time to do it right. All 3D is done mind-blowingly well, especially when so many previous games on the 3DS would leave you with quite the headache if you played for a long time. These all just seem to work, even with the multiple play sessions of 3 to 4 hours that typically come with reviewing games for a living.
Say it. Say it.
All 9 of these games seem to have been painstakingly recreated. This actually makes it a great starting point for anybody who really wants to get into retro gaming. The controls feel great on the 3DS and seem to control better than their original counterparts. They also adapted arcade controls amazingly well to the 3DS.
It's cold and stiff.
Burial or cremation?
Burn it. Welcome to the next level.
This bundle is also a whole lot of games for not a whole lot of money, and there are a lot of amazing titles here, such as Altered Beast Sega Genesis / Mega Drive, Fantasy Zone 2 The Tears of Opa Opa Sega Master System, as well as its 2008 arcade remake, Fantasy Zone Opa Opa Brothers, the original for the Sega Master System, Galaxy Force 2, which is an arcade adaptation, Maze Hunter 3D for the Sega Master System that actually originally used the Sega 3D glasses, Power Drift, which is another very well done rebuild of an arcade classic, Puyo Puyo 2, which is also a really fun arcade puzzle game, Sonic the Hedgehog, done in amazing 3D, which was originally for the Sega Genesis / Mega Drive, and lastly, probably one of the best jobs that they did with a rebuild for 3D, Thunderblade, which was originally an arcade game. Sound and music have been polished quite a bit in this collection. This really rounds out the collection, as it's good to see that they took the time to polish one of the weaker aspects of Sega games. Many might not know this, but Sega was very, very weak on a music and sound standpoint all the way up until they had the Sega CD released. Simply put, this is a perfect set of rebuilds bundled together at an extremely affordable price. There is hours and hours of entertainment for anybody who is a retro game fan or anybody who is just getting into retro games. With that said, this is actually accessible by people who aren't looking to play any retro games, but just want to experience some cool and fun 3D for an affordable price.
50 games, like the new Echo, Mortal 2, and Sonic Triple Trouble.
If you like this video, be sure to check out our other review videos, and if you missed any of the daily news, be sure to check out the Daily Niche right here at nichegamer.com.